When I started learning English, I didn't do it because I loved it. I didn't do it for fun, but because I was forced to do it. When I first entered uni, I was so shit. My English was so very rubbish that I couldn't speak a word of it. I didn't understand what the professor was saying, and I kept my mouth shut in tutorials because I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of my classmates, many of whom spoke very, very good English at that time. And then I realized I had to force myself to get better, and after a few months I did. For English learners, especially if you're a beginner, at the start of your journey it's going to be really painful, it's going to be really slow, it's going to be emotionally draining, physically draining even, when you have to look up every single word in the dictionary, maybe 100 words every page you read. But you have to get past that stage before you can fall in love with the language and really immerse yourself in the language. And then you start to appreciate the beauty of it. Well, there are many things I love about British English. Of course, there are many, many different varieties of British English. But in particular, I love the educated speech of British English. You know, I love the subtlety, the huge variety of vocabulary, and you know, the ability to have a go at somebody without being very explicit, like saying, that's a very interesting idea, or when you mean, you know, your idea is absolute rubbish, you know, you can say, you're being very economical with the truth, when you mean you are fucking lying. Different regions in the UK speak very different English. For example, the local London accent, there's a feature that really stands out. Water becomes water, little becomes little. So when you say, can I have a little bit of water? It sounds like, can I have a little bit of water sometimes. In Northern England, like Yorkshire or Lancaster, the vowel in words like lucky or fuck sounds like ooh. I'm fucking lucky becomes I'm fucking lucky. In Northern England. You can't learn how to play basketball professionally simply by watching the NBA on the telly. That's never going to work. And likewise, you can't expect to be able to speak English fluently simply by watching or listening to a lot of English shows on television or radio. What you need to do is study, okay? Engage your study muscles in your brain. I think memorization is one of the most important tools we can use if we want to perfect our fluency. If you have a favorite television show, try and memorize every single word that comes out of the mouth of your favorite actors or actresses. And if there's a word you don't know, look it up in a dictionary and make notes. And then after that, you need to practice expressing yourself using all those new words, new expressions, new sentences that you've memorized. That, in my opinion, is the best way to learn. Okay, one final word to all English learners, including myself. Just because you're not born or raised in an English-speaking country does not mean that you can't speak the language as eloquently and expressively as an educated native speaker, as long as you have got that superhuman determination and the right learning method. Thank you very much.